Hello Aquarius, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw, honest truth. This is your April 2020 forecast. And if you would like for me to do some videos about what's going on around the world right now, you know what I'm talking about, please comment below. Or if you have any other ideas for content, I'd love to hear from you. All right, before we get started as well, Ruby says hi. Ruby, say hi. Ruby. Ruby. She's giving me a look. All right, so your theme for April is the Five of Cups. Disappointment, setback, perspective. Is there a pattern of some ups and downs in your life in regards to relationship, or something that has like an emotional thread of connection, where you can go up and down? Excuse me. You really need to actually like take a step back and look at the pattern, because whatever's happened or whatever's going to happen, it's not the first time. And unless you look at this very clearly, it won't be the last time. All right, so, and it might go all the way back to your childhood, potentially. Fun times. All right, so I've shuffled the cards off camera, but I'm showing you that I'm cutting the deck, and oh, I think I know what it is. I've got 3 different cards. Sorry, I'm laughing because like I'm so identifying with the spread that I've put down. So I'm actually like laughing with myself. I'm like, I'm not an Aquarius, but I've done this before. Okay, so I've got my Tarot of the Cat deck, my Tarot of the Thoth deck, and my Mystic Mondays deck representing what's happening on the surface, beneath the surface. Wow. And then advice cards, okay? Definitely make sure to stick around until the end where you pick your own destiny cards. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and comment below, only if they're nice. I love reading those comments. Okay, let's see. So, little bit of drama-rama. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna show you all 4 cards on the surface, and then I'll show you week by week what's happening on the surface, beneath the surface, and advice, okay? And you definitely need to pick your destiny card, so make sure you stick around until the end. So this is on the surface, but when put in perspective beneath the surface, you know, it'll be a little bit different. So like first, second, third, and fourth week. So the first week, we've got the Knight of Wands, messenger message, someone coming in, enlightened new information, etc. And then second week, 3 of Swords, not getting along with someone. And third week, Knight of Cups. Let's see what's beneath the surface to see how it's aspected. And fourth week, we have got the 4 of Pentacles. Not looking too happy, but it's all for a reason, isn't it? Okay, so during the first week's not so bad. All right, so the first week, we have got on the surface the Knight of Wands, beneath the surface, Fortune or the Wheel of Fortune, a trump card, and your advice card is the 3 of Cups. This is my favorite advice card. I'll tell you why in a moment, if you don't already know. Okay, so during the first week, I feel like there is like, okay, so because this is the Knight, it's not like a king or a queen. This could be one of a few things. It could be one, a message of news that is enlightening, okay? Something that wakes you up intuitive. Something where you hear it and you're like, oh, like I kind of got a sense of that before. It could also be like the start of something that makes you feel inspired and inspiration, right? Something that can eventually turn into, you know, a queen and a king. So it could be the potential start of something new in that regard. Beneath the surface, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which means like this potentially has come out of nowhere, right? It's almost like it's just, you know, something, the Wheel of Fortune is like, well, can throw anything for a loop, you know? I do believe in like destiny and free will and creating your reality and all that, but like Wheel of Fortune is just like, boom, like something that really big change. So this message could be about like a massive change. This new piece of information or awareness could completely throw everything for a loop. But it doesn't, like, it's well aspected. So it's like, it could be like really good unexpected news or information. So that's good. Now, your advice card is the 3 of Cups. Celebrate, hang out with friends and family, have a bit of a party. You know, even if you are in lockdown or whatever, you can still like, you know, do online video chats, like house party and Zoom and things like that, and have a bit of a drink and have a good time celebrating with people that you love and trust. Okay, so then we get to the second week. Okay, this is interesting, okay, because there's like good and not so good. So on the surface, we've got the Three of Swords. Beneath the surface, we've got the Emperor, possible Aries, and your advice card is the King of Wands. So you are arguing with someone else. Sometimes this can be like two other people are arguing, but they're like so close to you that it really negatively affects your life, you know? Like if a kid is living with parents that are arguing all the time, they might not be directly involved, but it damn well affects their life, right? I feel like for most of you, this is you going to be arguing with someone else. They may have betrayed you. They could have like said some nasty things behind your back. They could have cheated on you. And you're both quite angry and up in arms and at odds. See how these two have very similar dress. They used to be like two peas in a pod, but now they're on completely different pages. There might even not, there could be, I feel like if there's arguing, it's most likely potentially over social media or texts or messages, because they're not actually verbally speaking. Like if there is some words, like it's super tense, it's super awkward, yeah, it's just not a fun situation, right? I feel like because we have the Emperor not so positively aspected, it can be like, this can mean one of two things, right? And this is a general reading, so you need to pick what, you know, resonates with you the most. So the Emperor underneath the surface, it means one of two things. It means you are now gaining such solid boundaries that you're like, I'm not fucking putting up with this bullshit. Like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm gonna get what I want, you know? And that could be from reflecting, right? And changing up the pattern, or it could be this other thing. You or the other person, as the Emperor, are being like overly controlling, overly like not budging, potentially both of you, but I just kind of have a feeling it's more one person than the other, but still like, it's both of you to a certain degree, not budging, being like, nope, I'm right, I'm the boss, my way, my rules, yeah, and just, yeah, not budging at all. So that's the under the surface energy. Your advice is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands and the Emperor are a bit similar, actually. They're both fire signs, and also, the King of Wands is just saying, you know, you have to stick to what's true. Emotionally positive reason, but it's actually not, because it's super selfish and immature. So they likely haven't really thought this through, and they honestly might just be like doing it to stab you in the back because they're just like caught up in this game. Because they're probably still pissed off from the week before, but they're not gonna say it. They're gonna be like, oh, let's get back together. Oh, let's try this again. And it's like, no, they're gonna fuck you over. I wouldn't trust them. This could be someone else. I have a feeling overall it's the other person. They're trying to appear like they're someone different from who they are, but they're not. They're just being immature and not cool. You can't trust them. They're just gonna hurt you. Your advice is the Four of Wands. So I think this might mean, like, for example, whatever feels like home. Like if you need to go home and like live with your parents for a bit, go do it. I think like Four of Wands is like structured home overall. And you need to like call your parents or your family or someone that makes you feel like family, or if you've got like friends or neighbors that feel like family and make you feel grounded, like make you feel centered, like you've got your backbone again. So when I say family, whoever you think of, I would suggest you either go stay with them for a bit or you at least call them. You can't just keep all this stuff to yourself. You've got to share this with other people, in my opinion. And, I feel like this person will benefit overall if you don't have a support network. So what you need to do is get a support network. And you know what? You're not going to like everyone's opinion, but doesn't mean you can't learn from maybe even one little piece of information from what they say. Like they might say 10 things that you completely disagree with, but like if you can just take one of that bit of information and take that in, then you've actually like gained a lot of wisdom and a different perspective that can help you, right? Home. Okay. Whew. I'm definitely feeling like by the 4th week they would have really hurt you or you have kept your walls up to not allow them to hurt you, but you're still kind of like really hurting, because on the surface we've got the Four of Pentacles, beneath the surface we've got the Five of Wands, strife, and your advice card is the Chariot. Okay, so you're hurt, your walls are up, you're feeling like you're trying to just get, this is like survival instinct mode. It's you're just not in your shell's up, your wall's up, you're defensive, and it's likely for a good reason, because this isn't fun. It's painful and it's just mean. Oh, anyways, so your walls are up. You're also feeling stressed. We've got the Five of Wands, strife. So this is also like a blocked energy. So not only are your walls up to prevent negative energy from coming in, it's also like blocking negative energy from coming out, right? So there's a lot of stress and like a block there's a lot of stress that you're not releasing, right? You're just kind of holding it in together, and that's survival mode. That's instinct. Your advice is the Chariot. So you need to just get away. Honestly, it doesn't need to be forever. You just need to go, honestly, if it's like 3rd week, was talking about home, this could be home, but it could be a holiday, it could just be going away for a bit. But also the bigger picture of what the Chariot means is, you are allowed to protect yourself. Everyone's vulnerable, but also like to think about, where do you see yourself in like 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Think about like what you want in the long term and orient yourself to that, because I don't think you want this in the long term. I think you want something more. So think about like what you desire, what makes you feel excited, what do you truly desire for the long term? How are you going to get there? And just fucking go for it, because you're more than capable. All right, so man, comment below, like, who is this person? I don't blame you for having your walls up for the 4th week. I feel like, they're ready also, like, during the 4th week, just to start this whole process again. So this is like so relevant. Look at the pattern. If something has been happening, like a pattern in this relationship has been going over and over and over again, I'm sorry, but like the definition of Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So you need to like switch up the situation so that you can get different results, assuming you want different results. All right, so pick a number, but please comment below like what's going on. That information that you got during the first week, I feel like that was fortunate information. Ooh, maybe that was the information that really pissed you off about like that, something you learned about that person that you're like, what the hell? Wow. So someone maybe told you something and it was not cool at all. Wow. All right, if you picked one, let's see what we've got. Oh. Okay, if you picked one, on the surface we've got the Magician, beneath the surface we've got the Knight of Swords, and your advice card is the Seven of Swords. So essentially, okay, so because the Magician, like, it's kind of not as positively aspected, I feel like this other person is trying to potentially manipulate the situation. They're not being completely honest. They're trying to just like control things for what they want. They're super focused, and it's a total like mental ego thing, because swords are very like mental, and they're just kind of got their blinders on. And so like if this other person is being, you know, super stubborn, like you can't, like, they're not going to change their mind. They're focused on what they're focused on. They're focused on their goal, and that's what they're going for. And you need to think about like what they want. Is it actually going to benefit them? Because your advice card as a Seven of Swords is saying, like, especially with this Knight of Swords here as well, it's like if they're telling you something that if you believe them will benefit them, then it is most likely a lie. Like, they're just saying it because they want to get what they want. They want to control the situation. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. They're trying to just do this sleight of hand. Look over here. Don't notice this. They're not being honest. Look, she's hiding that sword. She's acting like she is not a threat. She's a threat. Can't trust her. Deceitful, manipulative, dishonest. All right, if you pick two, let's see what we've got. Alrighty then. Oh, Lord. Okay. Could be worse. If you pick two, on the surface we've got the Five of Pentacles. Beneath the surface, the Six of Pentacles, success. And then your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. So look at this. During the fourth week, you had the Four of Pentacles, right? So I'm definitely getting that, like, you're going from the having your walls up phase to the grieving phase. Like, I feel like you know this is over. There's no coming back to this relationship, to the things, to the way that things were. Like, it's over, it's done. You've started the grief process, okay? There's always hope, but it's just not, it's not. You're actually lining yourself up with the Six of Discs success. So that could be more money, that could be land, that could be like getting a job or just something. But it also, I feel like overall is security, like with where your place is on this earth and where you're living and how you're living and just all the things that you need to survive and be comfortable, like in the three-dimensional world, right? And your advice is actually like with the Wheel of Fortune, just know things can go from this to this. Like, you're actually like on the surface, you're going to be like really sad and grieving, but you're actually lining yourself up for success. And you know, you did get the Wheel of Fortune under the surface for the first week as well. So I feel like this message actually is going to bring you more fortune in the long run. It's just you won't see it at the time. But I feel like if you were in this situation, like, and it didn't change, you didn't find out this information about this person, then it just wouldn't be good in the long run, because you can't trust them. You really shouldn't be with someone that you can't trust. And I think you've like learned that maybe you can't trust them. I feel like it's that. There's not the type of long-term person you can be with, potentially. All right, if you picked three, let's see what we've got. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so if you picked three, on the surface we've got the Emperor. Beneath the surface we've got the Princess of Swords, and advice card is the Magician. So, I mean, we also got the Emperor during the second week under the surface, right? And, okay, so I feel like this is likely in Aries, or maybe you are the one that's being a little bit more stubborn. But I feel like if you're being stubborn, it's more like, you know, I'm not putting up with this bullshit. Like, I can't believe you treated me this way. Like, you can't, it's like having healthier boundaries. Maybe you didn't have as healthy boundaries, or maybe you didn't even know because this is new information that you learned, right? And I feel like you're going to be putting up with a lot of bullshit. There might be a lot of information coming your way. Like, it could be from like his friends or her friends or family, or just like things, looking at text messages, because swords tends to be like words, but also like written, and like texts and stuff like that. So there just could be a whole lot of bullshit coming your way, and you're just standing your ground, right? I feel like, considering the situation, you're doing a really good job. And yeah, you're learning your boundaries. And then you're going to also think about like creating what you want. Like, this bullshit will pass. So think about, what do you want? And you'll also be better at like, you know, assessing whether you can trust someone in the future. Surface face value. You'll be able to be better judge of character because of the healthier boundaries, because you're going to be put through this bullshit and it's not fun, but you'll do it. Yeah. Okay. All right. If you would like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's all below, as is my social media information. So you're welcome to follow me if you want. And I do monthly, mid-monthly readings, so definitely check them out. Comment below, did the reading resonate with you? Love reading your comments. And if you're still here, you get a secret bonus card. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is saying be practical, be reasonable, and, you know, just make sure you get enough food. You're getting enough exercise. Your finances are in order. Don't go on any spending, shopping sprees. Like, just be very, very sensible to the point of being boring at this point, okay? Have a schedule, stick to it. All right, have a great month. See you later, bye.